morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's time for our second official run since the New York City Marathon. The first one was over last weekend. We got a nice run out on a paved trail, pedestrian only, but just a nice place where we could slow down and loosen up the legs after the race. This is going to be our second run, and today we're going to head out onto the waterfront trail. There's no mountains, no climbing or anything like that. That'll come later this week, but I just want to feel out again some softer ground, although it's pretty cold out today, so I think everything's going to be pretty frozen and hard, but nonetheless we'll get out there on the riverfront trail. Once we wrap up today's run, we'll get back inside and talk about another race that I signed up for coming up. I already know I mentioned that the next races are going to be either the New York City Half Marathon or the Brooklyn Half Marathon. I did sign up for the New York City Runs Brooklyn Half Marathon in April, but the New York City Marathon Half Marathon is a lottery that'll open up very soon. Actually, tomorrow the lottery opens, so we'll put our name in that. That's for a March race. That's the race I'd like to get into, but we have the Brooklyn Half Marathon as a backup, and I just signed up for another 15K race that'll be in December, just to get ready and, continue racing now that everything's coming back. It's pretty exciting. But anyway, let's get out there on the trail. Thanks for coming back, guys. Let's go.
The nice thing about recovery running is I can just take my time and take a quick stop to take in the waterfall. No pressure today, just still getting out there, seeing how the legs feel. Going a little bit quicker today. I think the heart rate is up because my body's not fully recovered, but my legs feel good, so I've just let my legs take me wherever I go today, however what pace they feel like they can go up to. Not worry about the heart rate that goes with it, but just get out there, loosen up, and have a good time. Keep going. There must have been some flooding issues or trees that came down, because you used to go this way, but now they're sending you that way when you come down here by the water. So another nice little checkpoint I just wanted to check out. Again, the benefit of doing a recovery run where I'm not too worried about the pace. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. A lot of life back in the legs. I actually just kind of tucked the camera in for a little bit, and the last mile, probably about the last half mile or so, I actually just kept you know, opening up my stride, letting my legs feel out a good pace, and then I just kept pushing and pushing, and just, you know, with good full strides, I got down to about, you know, 650 per mile, 645 per mile, and just held that out for like the last maybe 200 meters of the run, and then just kind of cooled back down a little bit to the car just to open the legs up, almost like one big long quarter mile to half mile stride that was building and building. So that's why the last mile was a little fast. We'll check that out inside though. I got to run to the store really quick and get some fruits and vegetables. And for anybody who's noticed, I started putting my Strava down in the description of each video. If you want to follow along there, I know that's a big running community. I hadn't shared it previously only because, like, in the build up to the marathon, I'm actually still wearing 2 watches now, so I wasn't syncing everything to Strava, so that's why it looks really funny in the past. But I'm going to start uploading every single run really consistently so you can follow along and see how my training's going there as well. But like I said, we'll break down the pacing and everything for today inside in just a second. I'm going to run to the store first, and I'll catch you in a second.
Alright guys, so we made it back in. That was a really fun run. I really enjoyed just loosening up at the end and just kind of letting it go. It felt really good just holding out those long strides, picking up the speed for, you know, like I said, a good quarter mile to a half mile, just increasing little by little. Our overall run was 9:28 per mile, and we went for a 4-mile run, so got a good 4 miles in. Everything felt good. Like I said, my legs have felt really loosened up, so the cardio was a little high. My heart rate was up, but I'm not worried about anything at this point. I'm just going to go out and enjoy the runs right now. I'll put the mile pace breakdown right on your screen now, and that's how it went. I think in the middle miles, I was probably going around 9:30 as well, but I just forgot to stop the watch a few times while I was, you know, looking out at the water or stopping at the waterfall, little things like that. So it came out to closer to 10 minutes per mile for the in between, and, you know, it doesn't matter. Again, it wasn't really a workout. It was just to get out and enjoy running once again. So I told you that I signed up for another race in December, and I did. So what it is the New York Roadrunners Ted Corbett's 15K. It's a really inexpensive race. It's like $20, so that's why I chose to just do that one. You know, 15 kilometers is, you know, kind of an awkward distance, so maybe it just doesn't have as much appeal. Ted Corbett ran like 223 marathons and ultra marathons, and I think he was the first president of New York Roadrunners, so that's why they have a race to honor him. It's going to be in Central Park in Manhattan, so it's just almost 2 loops around Central Park. You start kind of in the lower east corner of the park, you do a full loop at 102nd Street, you go for another loop at 102nd Street, and then you cut across the 72nd Street transverse, and there's a finish line there, which is a common spot for a couple of the races where they set up the finish line. So that's where I'm going to be on December 4th, I believe it is. So we'll see if we can get some speed in there, see if we can kind of just let it rip at kind of a nice middle distance for me. So I'm looking forward to having some fun out there. I'm just excited to race in general. Obviously the New York City Marathon is awesome, but I missed a lot of the little races and everything in 2020. It just wasn't available. So I'm really excited to get back to that. Before we end today's video, I just want to remind everybody, if you catch me without this wristband, the time that I cut it off and you don't see it in the vlog anymore, first one to comment that it's gone on that day's video will get a small prize just to spread some of the running cheer and everything as we get into the holidays. Someone was spotting it the other day that it wasn't visible, but it was my own fault because I was forgetting that I was filming just an indoor video about the Saucony shoes and you couldn't really see it at all, but it is still here. So keep an eye out for that. It'll come off eventually, and like I said, there'll be a little prize for the first person to recognize it. So if you made it this far, definitely consider subscribing. We'll have a lot more running content on the way. Leave a like at the bottom of the video. That would be awesome. And I hope to catch you guys in the next video.